Hey there, Fletch from All Things Overlanding here. On today's video, I'm very excited to talk to you a little bit about this decked system in the bed of my 2008 Nissan Frontier. But I just wanted to kind of show you guys around this thing, show you what I've got in here right now. Again, there will probably be a video coming in the future of kind of how I optimize it, but this is just the setup right now. So if you're thinking about getting a decked box for your Nissan Frontier, or really any vehicle, this would apply. But specifically for the Nissan Frontier, if you want to kind of see the size of this stuff, if you want to see the layout of it, what all you can fit in here, and kind of how it works, I'm going to show you all the specifics in a really short, really quick video. So stay tuned to see more. All Things Overlanding is brought to you by some fantastic companies. You should definitely check out the description and click through their links to see all the awesome stuff they offer. Companies like Red Arc for all your overlanding power management needs. Last US Bag, tons of amazing quality overlanding bags. Rugged Bound Supply Company, rooftop tents, awnings, roof racks, and more. And Northology Overland, guided overlanding trips and a free overlanding magazine. Alright guys, so this is the decked system in the back of the truck. You can see I have a high-rise rack on. So I have the taller one. There is a mid-rise rack that comes from these guys that is shorter, but I wanted as much room as possible so that I had room for more gear. But so let me start by showing you the height of the stock bed. The height of the bed is 19 inches. So the decked box goes up to about 12.5, almost 13 inches. So that is definitely something you're going to want to consider if you're thinking about a system like this. I'm actually kind of torn because I would love to have all that extra square footage, but here's some of the nice things about it. So again, mine has the rails on the top, so you can see one of them's missing here. I need to get a new eye bolt there, but you can adjust these tie downs and slide them around, move them back and forth in the bed, and then use that to tie stuff down at various points, which is really nice. Like, that gives you some extra functionality. In the Frontiers as well, there are generally these side rails, and you can see this one, I got to install the other piece of that, but that is a high lift mount, so there'll be my high lift jack will be over there. However, you are losing, 2/3 of your bed, right? So I've only got about 6 inches above the decked system. Now again, for an overlanding setup, I think that's just fine, because what you're going to be doing most likely is setting like a fridge up here, maybe some boxes, maybe some jerry cans, that sort of stuff. So you don't need all the space that you normally have with the bed. However, you are definitely sacrificing something. So you can see here on the sides, it's kind of hollow back in there. So what I'm kind of anticipating for that is spares. So like I've got a couple of extra CVs that I'm going to store, and those I think would fit back in there. So you don't lose that room, it's just not being taken advantage of by the decked system. The nice thing about the design though, of course, is that the top is, a lid essentially over top, so it keeps everything in these drawers. So you've got 2 drawers here, it keeps everything in there dry, and then you've also got, in addition to that, you've got these 2 sort of side places, which are actually pretty deep. You can see I've got a fire extinguisher, my jerry can spout, and my folding sink down in this one. So like stuff that you maybe wouldn't care as much about if it got wet can go in there. But again, the way that these things are set up is that the water runs down around here, and then there's a drain right down here at the back, so that that water runs down through the bottom and comes out and does not go down in that hole. So, and then you've got another one that matches over here. Now again, I've got in here stuff that if it happened to leak, like hand soap, that sort of stuff, it's not going to ruin anything. I've got bug spray, I've got some bungees, some trash bags, that sort of stuff. Just so that just in case the stuff that I'm storing in there leaked, it wouldn't ruin the stuff in my drawers. Now, of course, the really cool thing about the decked system is that you get these really, really big drawers. The one on the left is a little bit more narrow. The usable space in the one on the left at its biggest point, which is the top, it's kind of tapered as it goes down, is about 11 inches. As you can see down at the bottom, it tapers to just about, if not a little bit shy of 10 inches. So it does have a little bit of a taper to it. Now the right box. So the right box is much wider than the left one, which is really nice. So look at this thing. So let me show you the measurements here. All right, so at the top of this one, it's just about 18 inches. At the bottom, it tapers down to about 16.5 inches. So again, just something to be aware of. The top measurement is significantly different from the bottom one, so you just want to be aware. Now currently, again, same design back here, right? You've still got these spaces for dividers. I do not have the dividers. I actually kind of like that it gives me more room. But so over here on this side, I've got all my cooking stuff. Everything that I use for cooking is in this bag. I've got my Camco leveling blocks here, and these things are huge, and they actually fit, but watch, they just barely, I mean, it's really close. See that? But they just barely fit. So if you have these Camco leveling blocks and you're wondering if they'll fit in a deck system, yes, they will. At least for the Frontier. Then down below, I've got my Coleman stove. I've got a couple of folding chairs sitting on top. And again, I've still got tons of room, right? If I had a folding table or something like that, I could put that back there. So I still have to figure out the full setup of the back. But so then that gives you dimensions on the right box as well. Now, another sort of cool thing is up here on top, you can really quickly use these measurements. And it's even got some like tips for like how 5/8 breaks down to millimeters, that kind of stuff. So it's got some conversions on here, miles to feet, foot to meter, etc. And then just measurement stuff. So tons of cool things about it. All right, guys, so final thoughts. I really like the deck system. I do kind of regret that it takes up so much space in the back of the truck. However, it gives me so much usable storage and waterproof storage that it really makes it worth it, especially for someone that's into overlanding. You want to take your gear and not have to worry about it getting soaked. And you want to have spots for everything so you know that you've packed, you know, your utensils, your food storage, your pots and pans, your leveling blocks, your chairs, your stove, you know, all that stuff. This is going to give you a nice way to store that stuff. It is a little bit on the pricey side. I think it depends on your application, right? They're different for all trucks, but I think they're about $1,000 to $1,200 for the Frontier, somewhere in that ballpark is what I've seen. So again, it's a little bit of a pricey investment, but it's custom built for the truck. It fits right in the truck. It gives you a ton of usable storage. So overall, I really, really like it, and I think for overlanding, it's a really great setup. As always, if you have questions about the system, if you want me to measure anything for you or do anything like that, post up in the comments. I'd be happy to do it. If you've used this system and you have pros and cons that you want to share, post up in the comments as well. Again, if you're not already, click that subscribe button, click the bell to be notified when new videos drop. I just got this Frontier, so there's going to be a ton of content coming. If you're a Frontier guy or an Xterra guy or a Nissan guy in general, or if you're just into overlanding, you want general tips and stuff, this will be a great fit for you. So definitely consider clicking that subscribe button. Also in the links below will be links to all the products that I mentioned, everything that I've got in the drawers, the drawer system itself. So I'm going to try and help you out and make that as easy as possible. Links to Facebook, Instagram, podcast, Patreon, all that stuff's in the description below. So if you're into any of this stuff and you want to hang out, definitely consider joining that. But thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.